I gotta ask a real good question. This one was like based on British male artists of the 80s. But which one hit the hood the hardest? Which one was it? And it was the choices was Sting, Phil Collins, and George Michael. Somebody must have really been doing their homework because those were three of my favorite acts back in the day. And I like questions like that because it's like only a few people who know. Now, the reason why these three come up, where do I start? In the Air Tonight with Phil Collins, that drum beat was like a hood anthem. I mean, that I can feel it coming. You know, when that groove kicked, that was actually his divorce theme. That's crazy when you think about it. But that energy of that beat was so rhythmic because Bone Thugs and Harmony used it and they did a sample, they did a song together. Phil had hood love with his beats, you know. Phil Collins had some tight programming and beats. And he was one of the best beat maker musicians of the 80s. He definitely was on his beats. He definitely had some beats. So that's where he gets his love. You ask about that. Sting, the police, the only police we ever loved in the hood, the only one. Um, had cuts. They had that off tip reggae type vibe going. What they did, their ska, their take, but it was rhythmic. They were able to pull that off. Sting got over with that. Of course, everybody knows what every breath you take, which was Puffy covered. I'll be missing you and all that thing, tribute to Biggie. But the police had cuts. They had cuts. They definitely had grooves. They were definitely something you could bop to. So that was like one of them acts. Like folks in the know love the police, especially for their grooves, you know. And they definitely had some boppers, you know. A few songs here and there that definitely get when the world is running down, you make the best of what's still around. That was a tight jam. They had some cold grooves. So they definitely had some love. Definitely. They definitely was hitting. That was one. When you get to George Michael, his solo career had love, obviously, because it won Best R&B Album at the American Music Awards in '89, which some people had issue with, and it depends on what side you're on that. And he definitely had his base. But obviously, let's just keep it 100. Everything started and gave him a forever hood pass with Careless Whisper. Who are we kidding? That one song was like for him, like Bobby Caldwell, "What You Want to Do for Love," or Sarah Smile for Hall and Oates. You just had to have that one. See, people always ask me, "What's a money track? What does it mean when you get hood love? What is it?" That's what it was. That's when you had the cookout. You got yourself a seat. You got some iced tea with the lemon and the extra ice and the flies all hanging on the glass. You got that yellow pick on both sides of your corner on the cob, and your butter was extra buttered because you had made a song that we was gonna play again and again and again. That's how he got in. Now, which one of them hit the hardest? If I was gonna say, as far as the neighborhood, like just thinking about the British Cats, the Lads, however you want to call it, from across the pond, who hit it the hardest? Who of those three do you think had the enduring hit hard with their grooves, their music? I'd probably say Phil. I say Phil Collins got the W overall because the beats and the songs. More people cared about Phil overall. Now, George Michael, obviously, Faith was a big album. And after everything she wants, he had some cuts. He definitely was gearing towards, and he had songs that people dug, but it was nothing like after Careless Whisper and then the Faith album. That was his, peak and prime. And as far as Sting, uh, Set Them Free was a big song, got played on R&B radio like crazy. Yeah, but it was never the same compared to the police stuff. So it's a good questions, and it very, very good questions, and definitely the kind of thing that you definitely are curious about how these cats from across the pond, how they hit around the way and the impact they had. So again, which one had what I called the round the way impact? I think Phil Collins got them beat, but they all had a moment. They all had moments, and it's a good question when you were like, yeah, that was something you could bop to. So please hit like, subscribe, work on thoughts, comments, and I do respond. Thank you. Wash your hands, keep your mind clear, watch out for another. Hit that subscribe button. Also hit that membership because when you do, the videos you request, I bring them back to you. Stay safe, stay blessed, stay woke, stay real. And I don't mind music related questions because it is gearing towards about how did it impact and what you remember. So great question. All right, I'm out one time. Peace.